Well, hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. My name is Mitchell Osborne. You can find me right here at mitchellosborne.com. Psychic medium, tarot card reader, animal communicator, numerologist. Check out my website for all my offerings. You can get a numerology session with me where we spend 50 minutes together talking about your numerology chart. You get a PDF that you can print out or save. And you can also get just the printout if you want, just the PDF. Or you can also get the PDF plus a video where I record like some of the top key moments of your numerology. So all of those are offering. Book a session. I've got some available in the next couple of weeks. Or grab a spread where I record it for you, specifically for you, designed for you. And and then we go from there. So, all right, this is the week of April 7th through the 13th. We're in Mercury retrograde, finishing off April 7th. The shadow will go an extra 5, 10, 12, maybe 14 days at the most. We have a full moon on April 12th. This is the last kind of full week of, if I'm doing my math right, of Aries, because April 19th is when we move into Taurus season. So, all right, grab your divination tools. Divine along with me. 3 cards. Any tools you want. What does the energy look like this week? April 7th to the 13th in the year 2025. Wheel cards. So a little bit of this Saturn energy, because this can be very restrictive, controlling. I said the wheel, but this is the world. That's why I kept wanting to say Sagittarius. But this is the world card. So Capricorn, kind of the earth energy, but definitely a Saturn energy, which rules Capricorn. So growth, expansion, movement. I mean, I keep saying this like this is the Wheel of Fortune. So whenever I make those kind of mistakes, I'm like, okay, trust it, but let me rewind back and say, okay, this is the world card. Closures, endings, completions. So let's see how we best navigate or work with this energy. So this makes a little more sense, the Fool card. So how do you navigate this? Be prepared to, and this is from Spirit, be prepared to float in the air, not knowing where you're going to go yet, but excited about just the pure potential, excited about the clean slate, excited about the weekend with absolutely zero plans and commitments in front of you. That void, that, oh my gosh, that wonderful moment of like, I can do whatever that I want to do right now. So it's like, so face whatever's coming at you, because there could be some completions, endings, and restrictions here with this Saturn, Capricorn restrictive energy. Like dad's watching over, so don't screw up. But just be like, okay, I'm going to sit in my room until it's ready to go. And I'm going to sneak out the window and do whatever the hell I want. But how do you best navigate, or actually, that's how you navigate it. What might you learn, grow, or gain from that if you do that? King of Coins, all right? This is more Capricorn energy. So you might actually get back the very thing that you're trying to, escape from, move away from. But again, you'll be grounded, solid. The King of Coins is the ruler of the element of earth, money, resources, finances, body. But this is Capricorn energy. So again, we come back to a little bit of the Saturn, which kind of rules that. So it's almost like you give into it with. This reminds me of several years ago before I was in the same position for 20 years, basically. And I kept asking myself every day at noon, I had my phone, which is right here. I said, tell me every day at noon, ask myself this question: what would I do if I weren't afraid? And I wasn't answering the question, I was just proposing it. And I'd get a smile on my face thinking, what would I do? What would I do if I weren't afraid? Fool energy. And it just started bubbling up, and I made a huge shift, and my salary increased by crazy, weird restructuring, reevaluate. I had to reapply for my job twice in 7 months, and they just keep giving me more money, and I'm thankful and grateful for it. It was a little awkward in the beginning because I was in the same place for 20 years, and they just did a little market increase. My point is ask yourself that question: what would you do if you weren't afraid? That's what the Fool does, because the Fool has no restrictions. It's just pure potential, pure energy. Because once you start asking yourself on a regular basis, what would I do if I weren't afraid? You start to realize how many choices and decisions you make out of fear, based on fear, because you're afraid. And it's not so much answering the question, but just proposing it and just feeling how good it feels when you realize, what would I do if I weren't afraid? I jump out of an airplane with a parachute. Not something I wouldn't do. That's more logical for me. I know many people, it's about being fearful. But changing jobs. No, that's more fearful than jumping out of a plane, because I was in the same one for 20 years. Anyway, so I think we'll be honored with the very thing we almost might be running from, or it feels like this full circle. It feels like this full circle kind of a thing, almost like, you look at the grass is greener on the other side, and then all of a sudden you get over there and you look back at your grass like, no, mine's greener. I'm going back. But it took that getting out of the place of fear to find it. So, all right, rambling, longer message than normal, but I hope it helps. Give me a thumbs up, a like, comment. I usually can reply to almost all the comments. So namaste. Bye.